Yeah, yeah. I mean, our kids went out and had a good day of preparation, and yeah, the seniors have been here. You want them to go up on a high note. You know, you always remember what you do in November, and it's still November. So, we're home in the ice castle. So just whatever we can do to get our players to get those seniors a victory in the ice castle one last time.
Evaluation game, or is this a game where you're going to go out? I mean, do you evaluate younger players at this point of the season, or?
No, we're trying to win a football game. And, we've evaluated every year. And if you can help us win, you're going to play on Saturday. That's the bottom line. So, you're still always looking who can help you. But for us, it's about those seniors. They have given their time here. They have been here through the highs, the lows, the highs, and you want them to go out on a high. So, as a head coach, my job is make sure our mindset is ready to be prepared to play a hard physical game at noon come Saturday.
What was kind of your reaction to seeing that Coach Mark's father will be retired?
He's been doing it a long time, have all the respect. Here's someone that's won a lot of games in the Missouri Valley. It's taken them to a national championship, utmost respect for him. So, picking and choosing when, you want to step away from it. I don't know that. I don't know him that well, but I do know I have respect for the program he's built. To me, they're a blue blood of this league, year in, year out, playoff contenders, and big physical, how they recruit, how they develop. Those are the programs that you try to aspire to.
This was, with Sam kind of you can tell this is an emotional week for them.
Mm-hmm.
A week full of last team meeting, last season. As a coach that sees a lot of lasts every year,
Yeah.
how do you approach that? How do you appreciate, what these guys are kind of going through and how important Saturday is at the end?
Yeah, it's a transition. They're going to go on and have a great life. I hope this played a huge part in it. I hope this helped them deal with how you deal with adversity, how you deal with success, meeting friendships that last a lifetime. But shoot, their lives are now going to take off. And that's what gets me most excited. When someone's career comes to end, guess what? Their careers take off, and they're going to be great fathers, great husbands. And as a coach, that's what you try to do. And, they all come from great families, and, their families are going to celebrate watching them play one last time in the ice castle. So, yeah, I'm sure it is emotional. And every year for a coach, we got a new group that comes through, and, we do our thing. We'll have dinner at my house on Thursday night, which I love having them over. That's something we do each and every year. And, you kind of, don't take it for granted. We get to do this. We get to coach these guys. We get to play a game on Saturday, and let's go out in front of our crowd and let's put on a great performance.
In addition to obviously wanting to send the seniors out on a high note, how important is it to win for the underclassmen, the guys that are coming back in order to kind of go into the offseason?
Mm-hmm. Very important. I look back to 3 years ago when we limped into Southern Hill, and at that time, probably nobody knew who Bryce Oliver was, and all of a sudden Bryce Oliver had a great game that game, and I think that kind of propelled him. We're able to win. It kind of propelled us, for the next 2 years, just how you end. So for me, the young guys, yes, it's like, what do you want to be remembered? What do you want to take into this offseason, to give us some momentum going into the offseason? We've been through 12 straight weeks of football, and now we got to learn how to finish, and then sit back, reevaluate, see what we need to do to get this program where we need to get it to.
But you've got 3 double-digit leads in the first half, in 3 different games which you've lost. Has there been a common denominator?
I mean, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. So, there's been games where we come back where we don't have the lead and we fell short. Then I look at the games where, whether it was Indiana State, whether it was Duquesne, where you have the lead, didn't hold on. So all those are things, in the off season, might reflect on that on a Saturday night plane ride home after a loss and getting my thoughts ready to see my team on Sunday. But, when you get to Sunday at 3, you got to move on. We'll take time in the off season to study all those things. It's about getting one more first down. You get one more first down, and I can go back the last 5 years. You get one more first down, some of those losses may turn into victories. So, those are the studying that you do in the off season, and we got a lot to study. Proud of our kids, when you lose a game, you look at all the bads probably. But there's a lot of goods, and we also got to look and see what we do well. We got to look at what we did bad. We got to get that fixed, and then there are some ugly, and the ugly's got to be out of the program. That we don't get bad penalties, that we don't blow leads when you got a lead going into the third and fourth quarter. So again, those are for after the season. Right now, you got to be focused on one thing, the mindset after a Tuesday practice, getting these kids to get ready to play a hard fought against a physical team, their offensive line, their tight ends, their running backs, big, physical. We got to get ready for a football team. And to me, that's the most important thing that I can focus on today. The rest of that, we'll focus in the off season. Yeah, you always got to look at, I don't like selfish penalties. We had one the week before that shouldn't have been thrown. I told you guys a long time ago, you teach these kids to run to the cliff as fast as they can, but just don't fall off the cliff. And sometimes we're falling off the cliff. If we're falling off more than we are stopping, that's a problem, because, when you're trying to play physical, when you're trying to play aggressive, some things, but then there's some things that just is pure selfishness. And that's where, guess what? You can't get on the field if you're making those plays, because not only are you hurting yourself, you're hurting your team.
Will you practice next week? It's your bye week. You have that opportunity.
No, we'll reevaluate all that. But for us, it's more about, a lot of things that we've been going 12 straight weeks. We're going to still have the weight room. We're going to still have meetings. We're going to have meetings with our players, roster management. We have a schedule all set for our kids. To get on the practice field, probably not, for us, but, we'll get started in the weight room, meeting rooms, and just exit interviews with our seniors, team meetings. There's a lot of things that are going to change here in the next 30 days with football and NCAA. So, we just get a little head start, and then recruiting. We got 15 official visits coming in this weekend. And, so not only you're playing a football game, but you're getting your next class that's going to sign the first week of December.
Are there any, just, obviously we probably evaluate once the season is completely over, but just in your mind right now, are there any changes that you foresee kind of coming during the off season as you prepare for next year?
No, just because my thoughts always right in Northern Iowa Panthers, and you get time. You get time to debrief. You get time to reflect back. You get that time in December to really put together a plan, to really assess, systematic. Some of this stuff don't just start, or, it might have been 3 years ago, 2 years ago, that you really got to look back, dig deep, find a way, study tape, study decisions, study, decisions that you've made. And, those things won't start to the end of the season, because right now you're trying to prepare for a football game. So if I was thinking about those things, I'm not doing my kids any justice of getting them ready for a football game come Saturday.
Like I touched on it, you had 3 double-digit leads. You lose 2 games on 1-possession games. I mean, that's 5 games, and 12 bounces your way instead of being where you are now. I mean, you could be over 500. So how would you describe this season?
I don't live with what ifs. There's no excuses. We're in an outcome-based profession. And the only thing, stats, all that stuff, the bottom line is you got to win football games. And we fell short in those football games. You get disappointed, you do, but I still proud. Our kids will fight. Our kids are persistent. Our kids are resilient. They're never going to lay down. Even Saturday, we had the ball on the 17-yard line with an opportunity to win the game at the end of the game. We ran 84 plays. That's unheard of, 84 offensive plays and lose a football game. So, for us, again, those things will be in the off season, but the bottom line is you got to win football games. We got to find better way of football games. And it starts with me as the head football coach. So, that look, that deep reflection, will start when the season ends.
How would you describe the season, though?
I love being around these kids every week. I love going on the practice field today. Love their preparation. Love their focus. Love how we get ready for a game. Besides 2 games that that we really got our butts kicked. I thought every game we went in with the thought we were going to win a football game. And unfortunately, we lost, many of them. And that's the thing we got to overcome. And that's what we got to learn. I always believe adversity makes you stronger. Adversity makes you better. We're going through this adversity. And it is my hope and my belief my whole life that this is the adversity that makes you who you are, makes you a little tougher, makes you a little bit more resilient. And for some reason, I'm hoping that carries us. We get those answers and we carry that into the off season.